It's a good question, Fatima. Vilamoura was a driver, obviously, but Portugal offers such a good opportunity for inward investment. Number one, we have all of the incentives the government have generated in the last few years. The Golden Visa, for example, is bringing investment. The non-habitual residence regime is bringing investment. So Portugal has a natural distribution and is doing all it can to generate growth. That's the first thing. But the second thing is Portugal is a natural home for so many Northern European visitors and travellers. And the Northern European economies are getting stronger, so it made sense to us to invest in a recovery, which is quite current in the country. It's gradual, but it's current. We wanted to join that recovery, and Vilamoura is our first large investment, and we're seeing signs that Europe is coming back to Portugal. We're seeing very strong signs of growth, so we think the time is right to invest in Portugal. Well, Vilamoura is a very diverse and aspirational resort. And as you'll see from what we talk about today, we are going to create the leading diversified resort in Europe. And what do I mean by that? We're going to cross socioeconomic groups, we're going to cross different demographies, and we want to cross the age spectrum. And we want to do that because there is no truly diversified resort in the Algarve. A lot of the Algarve is getting older. And what we want to do is we want to make a product that's available for young professionals, also resident and seasoned golfers, and also those that want luxury and tranquility. So we cater for the whole lifestyle spectrum, and people can enter Vilamoura and start the Vilamoura journey at different levels. And that's what we're trying to create. So that's why investors will like what we have to offer at Vilamoura, because there's so much different product. A number of opportunities. Some of them I mentioned in the previous question. The economic climate in Portugal is very conducive to investment, and there's been a long legacy of distress in Portugal, and Portugal are now recovering. Portugal were the first to recover and come out of the Troika arrangements, and that actually instills a lot of confidence in investors like me and others. And the opportunities are very strong because of that correlation with Europe and because of the political safety and also the physical safety that people feel in Portugal. It creates a very conducive investment environment. So in touristic assets, in residential assets, in development projects of this kind, there is a natural distribution, and Portugal needs liquidity and Portugal needs investment. And they have to win that investment, and I think they're doing that. So they're creating the right circumstances to invest, and there's many opportunities in Lisbon, in the Algarve, and possibly also in Alentejo as well. Well, real estate I see in two phases. I see the future, which is very bright. There's a lot of liquidity coming to Portugal. There's a lot of opportunities to invest in the right way, and the government are supporting that, and that's really good. Of course, the legacy is that there's a lot of broken developments. There's still a lot of stress in the real estate market, but it's unraveling. And people like me and my competitors and others will be helping to unravel that real estate. So the past has been tricky. Bank debt is very scarce, so we need a lot of equity to invest. Myself and my partners have that equity to invest. We have that liquidity, so we can put it to good use. So I see a bright future for real estate, and I see a gradual recovery from where we've been for the last 5 years. So I'm very positive on the outlook. Vilamoura represents the most diverse and aspirational resort in Europe. It will become a leading resort destination in Europe. But if I can use one word, Vilamoura is aspirational. That's what Vilamoura is. Yes, I do. I would say that Vilamoura is characteristic of the Portuguese recovery, that Portugal is a very safe place to invest, that inward investors should seriously consider the country, and that Vilamoura will drive that national renewal. So watch Vilamoura, because Vilamoura will be an example of what Portugal has to offer.